Yeah,
exactly.
episode 8 then starts
Yeah.
with Rex. I'm pretty sure the start of it is Rex contacting the Bad
Yeah,
Batch.
we're on the ship with the Bad Batch, and Rex calls them. And
Uh,
Hunter's like, no, not Hunter. Wrecker's like, I'm so bored. I want to help.
Because he asked them to come. They were like, "Oh, where are we going?" Coruscant. It's like,
Yeah, Hunter was not convinced.
no, but they make a good. I think it was Tech made a good point of the last place they're gonna think to look for us is in their back, like their back pocket,
Yeah, exactly.
or right on their doorstep. So Tech was like, Rex had hooked him up with code stuff to get him codes to get him through. And they arrived at the hangar, and
Yes. They kind of
nice
received
little
the lowdown.
family reunion.
Yes, it was. Is it just me, or did Senator Chuchi really just seem like Omega?
Yes, big Omega, like older
Like the
Omega vibes.
yeah, it's like they just drew like like early 20s Omega, made her blue.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was on purpose or if that was just like one of the things where an artist kind of gets accidentally like redoing their work without even like realizing it.
possibly.
But like
I
Chuchi had big Omega vibes, but I don't know if maybe that was the point.
I think it was, maybe they were trying to give similar vibes so that you felt like there's a bit of a connection there to why she would be
Yeah,
so
that would make sense.
care so much about the clones. So yeah, basically the job is get into Admiral Rampage's
Rampart.
yeah, I never said Rampart. Uh, Destroyer, steal the copied backlog, and get
Prove
out.
that he destroyed Camino.
Yeah, quick in and out. Surely nothing will go wrong. A bit of,
Would it ever?
yeah, a bit of just a quick. It's a smooth job, but
It's
Omega's not allowed
just
to
a
go.
heist mission. That's because Omega would have made it a million times more difficult.
Yeah, I did think it was funny because it's like they let Omega got sent with the Senator Chuchi, which I also think was good because it allowed Omega's character, who had no idea what the Senate was.
She doesn't know how the universe works.
Yeah, it's a new thing for her to learn and understand and kind of.
And that's how you, because the Bad Batch are happy to just kind of live and do their thing.
Yes.
She has to be the driving force behind them wanting to do better.
Yes.
And the only way for that to happen is for her to understand how much better they can do.
Yeah,
and this
also,
is the perfect way to do that.
Yeah, she's now going to get this idea of what the Senate is, where it's going wrong, and that good can be done. Sometimes you just gotta like. But then also, well, let's jump ahead. But she starts to realize the problems with the Senate as well in this episode. But
yeah, and she's also well aware that no one gives a fuck about clones.
Yeah, but
and
I thought
if you as a clone want to be cared about, you've got to make some noise so that people can't ignore you. But I'm sure there's no symbolism in that. But it's fine. Star Wars has never been political. It's just, funny space lasers.
But I did think it was funny, like you said, Omega went with the Senate and wasn't with the Bad Batch, and I was like, well, things are going to go smoother. Omega's not going to get distracted doing something.
You know it, brother.
And we get like a full-on Bad Batch and Rex, like full squad of boys being like in full efficient mode.
Yeah. It was an operation.
Yeah, it was
surgical.
It was like they were back to being the soldiers that they were trained to be. Which was a nice kind of like also remnant of when they did that mission together in Clone Wars, when Rex gets them in to help. I think it was in Bad Batch season 1, actually.
Yeah, and then you had Chuchi trying to stall the vote so they could get this evidence.
Yes.
So she accused him of essentially money laundering, was the kind of vibe I got.
Yeah.
She was like, it's a little bit suspicious that you were already spending money on this project before it got approved and before Camino got hit by that tragic storm, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, how did you know that they wouldn't need that money? Basically, yeah, trying to buy her some time because he's trying to push it through as quick as. Meanwhile, the crew are like infiltrating their way in everyone playing to their strengths in every
Yeah.
way. Um, they get on the ship and then like, oh no, we have to divert the power. The classic improvise. I also like the fact that Rex was like, "Oh, I have no plan. I thought we'd just make it up as we go along, take a page out of your guys' book," um, which is where they thrive.
The Bad Batch work better with no plan.
Yeah, they
Allows
do.
more room for improvisation.
Well, they have their set plays as they rolled out again, and Hunter was like, "We're doing 45, 5, and 19," and then Rex is like, "What? All of them? Yeah, all of them. Go, just all the plans. We'll do run all the formations."
They have 12 to sorry, they have 1,200 very organized plans, and then they
Yes.
just throw all of them at the wall and see what works.
Yeah, it's just like we had this cool idea of like, if we're in this situation, we could do this. Okay, give that a number. We all learn what this thing is. If that situation arises, we know what we're doing. Uh,
Um,
but yeah,
but
go on.
what I really enjoyed was like when she just was like, "Right, it's now or never. I'm just going to accuse him of destroying Camino with
Yeah.
no evidence yet." And everyone was kind of like, I mean, like they kind of were like, oh, "That's an outrageous claim. Do you have any evidence for that?" She was like, "My value as a politician."
Yeah, it's like the evidence is on the way.
Yeah.
Uh,
Which is a touch cliche. The whole, oh, they've got to rush and get the evidence to her in time before everyone dismisses it.
yeah,
Um, and this is where once that evidence arrives, the genius of Palpatine is allowed to shine through.
yes,
Because there's two ways you can look at Palpatine. He's either the master planner, and everything goes exactly according to plan, which I don't subscribe to,
no.
or he's a very good planner, but the best improviser to ever fucking exist.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily improvised. I think Palpatine is just he has a very good set plan, and it's like if everything ideally happens, this is the plan, and I get what I want, and no one's wiser. But if things don't happen in this way, here's plan two to make said things still happen. And then
Yeah,
here you go. Oh, look, we have 15 variations of the plan to make sure every outcome
he's
is
a
what I
bad
want.
batcher.
Yeah. He's just like, I have a plan for every scenario
Yeah.
so that it all leads to my result.
But the using the destruction of Camino as a reason to get rid of the clones, it's like, what a heinous act by Rampart. But the clones just followed his orders. They can't be
Yes.
trusted.
He,
What if another rotten apple, that very shout out Americans, that very dog whistly line of that one rotten apple,
mm,
but he was able to control all of these other clones. Maybe they're dangerous too. Maybe we should get rid of them.
yeah, it's like the thing about Palpatine is like he will have people help him, and if they succeed, great. If you slip up slightly or mess up the plan, you are thrown immediately under the bus
Yeah.
for the greater
You,
good of the plan.
yeah, he has no problem sacrificing a bitch.
So Rampage gets like
Rampart.
Why do I keep calling him
I
Rampage?
don't know.
My brain. Rampart. um gets
He was
obviously
still surprised when he got thrown under the bus, though, which
yeah.
is really funny to me. It's like his like Palpatine's manservant Don was very clear for the last like 2 episodes.
It's
If
it's
you fuck up, it's your head.
it's like that thing of like, oh no, surely that's us all talk. We just say that to the people because obviously we want like the people like we try to control. I'm too high up. I'm too safe. No, no one's
No
safe.
one would dare touch me.
Uh, anyone under Palpatine is always in danger. The only person not in danger is Palpatine himself. um,
Question:
go on.
do you think we get to see Vader?
Mm, I don't think we
As like an
do.
end season finale? Because here's my logic. We've not heard anything about the big scary Vader out there, which would make you think,
Well,
well, he's just come out of them surgeries.
yeah, he's
He's
not out there
probably
yet.
like, yeah. He's probably just trying to like mentally regain, get strength back, rehab, whatever. They cause a big fucking ruckus at the end of the season. And then we just get a
Yeah. Maybe. Because he
dope.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. He could they could end it with to set up season 3
Yeah.
is gonna be
Just that.
Vader's now that, or we're gonna get Thrawn.
Yeah, potentially.
Because he's
There's
bucking around at this
options.
time. And
Yeah,
now
there
that
is fucking
Rampart
options.
is gone, there's space for a new big boy admiral to take the spot.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall
But,
though, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought
it was so much fun to get the political bits back,
yeah,
as well as obviously just
we got political and then we got peak
shenanigans.
Bad Batch mission. Plus
We
we
got
got
Rex,
Rex,
peak Bad
yeah,
Batch, political stuff, the goat Bail Organa. It was all there. And also,
Palpatine.
it was really cool to see Palpatine. Yeah.
Yeah,
My guy was really just chilling down there, like, okay, cool, this bill will get passed, everything's going according to plan. He fucking what? He videotaped a genocide? Okay, hold my beer, I'm gonna go deal with this.
Yeah, it's literally like that thing of wait, how have they got a record? How have they got the logs of it? That idiot didn't clear everything. Okay, well, guess I have to sort
And
it
this
myself.
is why you clear your search history, kids.
Yeah.
You do not want to get caught with video footage of a genocide.
But like we expected with the double episode, like at the beginning of the season, we're like, there's 2 more sets of double episodes that are obviously going to be like important and quite meaty sections. Definitely was like a big story piece.
Yeah, I mean, and also, Echo has left the Bad Batch.
Oh shoot, yeah. It ends with which I'm sorry, that hit hard.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why.
I was like, oh, that's a really cool adventure. We've got a bit of progression with the whole storm going from clones to stormtroopers. This is gonna be really fucking sick. And then Echo's like, I'm staying behind.
Well, yeah, it was like they started saying goodbye, and it was like, see, as soon as that scene started, I got some weird sense. And I was just like, and then they started saying stuff to Echo, and I was like, Echo's staying.
Yeah.
Echo's going, and I was like, Omega doesn't realize she's not piecing it together, and it really hit, and I'm like, oh.
I was fully Omega in that scene. I was like, well, what do you mean you're not coming? We're a team. And you don't leave.
I think it allows them to have like Echo rock up in something else later.
I will not be surprised if he ends up back with the Bad Batch.
Oh, I think he will. I think what's going to happen is Bad Batch is going to end up with Rex and Echo and helping them more in whatever they're doing.
But I think for now they want Echo still on Coruscant, helping the Senator, so they have an easier way in to tell these more political stories by just going, let's check in on Echo.
Well, yeah, it now allows them to. Also, we can check in on Rex more and have a bit more of what's going on there. Exactly. There's definitely going to be a random like filler episode of sorts where it's not Bad Batch and we're like checking in on what's going on.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm looking forward. We've got obviously there's bound to be a couple of filler episodes coming up.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's another double at the finale.
Yeah.
It's gonna be huge. Which will be a meaty finale. So so far though, this season's been so good.